listening to the sultry sounds of Trilogy Productions. Yes. What's up, everybody? Welcome. I am VA Verse. Across from me is my wonderful, beautiful wife, smiling as usual, Z.
And you are listening to For Better or Worse. Hello,
What's up, guys? What's up, cuzzos? Back for another episode. Back with another couple in the building. Okay, got Mike G in the building with me. My guy, a good friend of mine, Roc D is in the building.
What up, my dude?
Oh, my bad. I had you on mute. My bad.
What up, my dude?
There you go. My bad. And we got the lovely Sam with him.
Hey now.
You're an all-star. Hey. So
we're going to do this show correctly and start off with the game.
Yeah.
Because your boy did not do it last time.
Yeah, if y'all listened to last week's episode, y'all would be like, yeah, he fucked that whole
What's going
up.
on? So we're going to start off with Who You With?
Yes, it's a game that we play that is something like it's just a game where we're gonna see how well you know your spouse. So we're gonna ask a series of questions, and you guys, we already have our answers. And before everyone shows their answer, the other spouse will have an opportunity to guess what's on their card.
And hopefully this time it will go smoother than last time.
Because I'm telling you, fam, it's been bad in these streets.
All right, so let's get started. So our first one, we're gonna start with them because we started with us last time.
We can. Well, I like to start with us so we can
Make sure
be the example.
Okay. So, what food does your spouse hate most?
Okay. What food do I hate the most?
Yes.
I would have to say tomatoes or olives.
First of all, you eat tomatoes because I put it in the Tuscan the other night.
That's different.
But
right.
I put olives and raisins.
Oh yeah, I can't stand raisins.
Which they are so good.
I can't stand raisins. But I don't fuck with olives at all. Olives is the one.
Which I don't understand because they're so bomb. Me too, especially in the salad.
In the salad,
bomb.
extra olives.
Yes, the green ones.
Everything.
Bomb.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't fuck with olives.
All right, what food do I hate most? I don't like a lot of food. I'm like liver, watermelon. So I'll say watermelon.
Okay, I don't have watermelon.
What'd you put?
I have yams. But you're allergic though, right? So I was like, of course, right? But then I put sour cream.
Ugh, cow cum, gross.
Then he made the grocery list of what not to get.
Yeah, like I do. All right, guys.
Okay.
All right. So, who first?
What do you not like to eat?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Okra.
Mm.
Okra is my
Yeah,
most
I
dreaded.
forgot about that.
What'd you put?
dreaded food.
Yeah,
What'd you put?
that's true. I put anything that's not seasoned well. Like
That's
he
a lot of
needs
shit.
to have everything seasoned. But
Yeah, the
okra tops
season's
that,
gotta-
yeah. So
Yeah.
The season has to be there. Okay.
Yeah,
What do
no
you
season will make everything nasty.
What do you hate to eat?
I'm gonna just say seafood.
What?
Anything, everything seafood.
No crabs, no shrimps, no fish.
None of that.
I love,
Sheesh.
None of that.
Some crabs. You like crabs?
I love them.
Yeah. Oh my
No
god.
crabs.
Yep. No
Well, I could eat
crabs,
crab legs
no
every
lobster,
day.
Hell
no
yes.
fish.
Yeah.
Crab legs every day.
Every day.
I
And
wish I lived
fish.
somewhere where I could go just catch
Go
my
catch.
own.
Go
That's
snow
what we-
crabbing.
In
Yo, that would
Virginia,
be
we used
lit.
to go crabbing. We used to go fishing.
But we talking like blue crabs though, like not snow crabs, like the blue small
The
crabs.
smaller ones,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like
The regular.
I like all crabs.
Yeah.
I don't care. I eat them all.
You got to be experienced in crab eating to eat blue crabs.
Yeah.
If
They
you're
got
not
this
experienced, if you're not experienced in
It's
blue
gonna get on your
crabs,
nerves.
you're not gonna be able to.
They got
fuck with
this
it.
thing in Alaska really quick, where the guys, they got it set up and they drilled a hole in the ice, and you can go out there and you can pay them, and they set you up, they get you all scuba dived up, and you just go down in the hole, get your crab,
You pick
and
your
come back
food,
up
you go
and
down
cook
in the
it right
hole.
there on the spot and eat it.
What?
So it ain't going down in that
I'm
hole,
not going in the water though.
I do
Yeah, bring me some, bro.
Yeah.
Especially no ice cold water like that.
I just don't like the water. Okay. Good job, guys.
My big
Okay.
ass gonna end up like down there and shit, like
All in the
Trying to get up out the.
where's the hole?
Your tank on, you'll find it.
Where's the hole? Use all my air panic and shit.
Like he over there where all the bubbles is up against the ice.
Holding your crab leg, though. Holding that
You
leg.
ain't letting them go. Okay, number 2. What are the tells when your spouse is lying? So, what are the tells would you say are your tells?
When I'm lying, probably stuttering. I don't know.
I put a couple. So you got the lie face.
Okay, I
And
got
that's
lie
when
face.
you
I
look
do.
up at the ceiling and you got the squinty, be like, I should have put stuttering because that is one too. But mine, I would say I can't form a complete sentence when I'm trying to lie. My brain doesn't work, so I'd be like, where was you at yesterday? Okay, all right, so, right, this is what happened. I just came, especially on the spot. So I would say that's mine. What'd you put?
I said your voice pitch gets higher. You be like, when I was over there, I didn't see it. Like, what's wrong with you?
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
What do you think your tell is that?
what's your tell?
that
oh,
you
y'all
lie?
want me to snitch on myself now?
Yeah,
Basically.
yes.
You know what? I don't know, bro. Honestly, I would say maybe I talk too much or try to explain it too hard or something. I'm
You
just
over
guessing.
explain.
Yeah.
Okay, I believe you. No, because I'm just saying when I was, no, I said I believe you. No, but when I was at the store, I'm trying to let me finish explaining.
They had a green badge. The air was on. The hair was
What you put?
orange.
What did you put?
Oh, I tell you what I put for it?
Yes.
Okay, he gives short answers to my questions.
Oh, okay.
So since I
Oh, so
ask
you
a
don't-
lot of questions and I like to get in detail with questions, and usually
Oh,
like
you
he'll
brief.
answer me back and give me the details I'm asking for, but if it's a
That's
lie,
No, that's what I do when I just don't feel like being questioned.
if it's a
Short-
lie, then he
short,
just be
you
giving me
know,
that short
I
shit.
give you the short shit.
Okay, so
So what do I do?
Yes.
What's my
what's your tell?
lie? I would say I don't have details because normally I have details for everything. So if I'm lying, I just don't have details.
Where was you at? The store. Next.
I put she don't be lying because honestly, we don't really have those kind of problems. So,
Look at that! I covered that well, right?
Okay.
she tell me what I don't want to hear. And
Be
what I
like,
do.
yo, that's enough.
Okay, so when having a disagreement, who is most likely to apologize first? We can do this one together.
Me.
Him.
Me.
Don't flip the paper like
That was
that.
nice too.
Simmer down.
Me.
I apologize. I just
You do.
not do it first. Y'all can do it
Wanna do it
together, if you
together?
like.
Yeah.
Okay,
What the-
he'll apologize.
There's a trend here.
Okay. Okay. All right. You notice your boy question. So who would last longer in a zombie apocalypse? We can do this one together soon.
Come on, son.
Oh, we already know it's you.
Come on, son.
Because I'm dying the first chance I get. I'm not doing this for no damn
She dying
5
on
years.
purpose.
Yes.
She gonna die on
Who's
purpose.
blowing up? That's where the blow. I'm going over there. We gonna all get blowed up together. I'm not sitting here. I gotta go pee and I gotta worry about damn
Well-
zombies coming out the damn bathroom. I'm not doing that.
For me, if you want to live, stick with me.
Yeah, stick with him. Like, I'm
He got a whole
resourceful.
plan.
I'm resourceful with the plan and everything, but he's the executor. You know,
He ready?
He can be like, we need to go do this, and this, and I'm like, damn, that's far. I
As
can't.
soon as she say they got water, I'm going over there and I'm gonna kill everybody in the house and they dog and get the water.
We need that water.
Right?
Y'all do know that there's some kind of outbreak that came from China that they think is here.
Oh yeah.
It's something that came from. It's some disease that came from like a bat or a
Don't they all
pig
come
or
from
something. It seems like that's but it's some kind of disease one of the animals had, and I guess someone ate the animal and they took their meat and they put it in like a meat market, and people were buying this, and I think like 800 people in China have died,
man.
and they're trying to, like, people who go abroad, they try to come back, and they're scanning people now to see if they have like a fever, and if they have a fever, then you got to go over here to get checked if you got like said disease. But yeah, they said somebody in the United States has died from it.
Wow.
So they must have. So I'm like, damn, Terrell, zombie apocalypse is about to happen.
I'm glad it ain't me because I just got through being sick. I'm not sick.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me too, man.
Well, you look ready to go right now. Let's do it.
It's great out here right now. I'm enjoying my 100% right now.
Good, because you've been sick for a while.
I've just been sitting back. Like, I was sick for a while, so I've been sitting back lately, like breathe out my nose.
It feels good to feel good though, right?
Yep.
I gotta really enjoy
swallow
this.
when it don't hurt.
Right.
Like, yes.
I be feeling like now, like after that, and that's minor as hell. It's not like I had like some shit that was life threatening or something like that. But now I be feeling thankful when every morning I wake up and I'm like, I feel good.
Man.
Yeah.
Wake
Take
up
that
and
for
you can
granted.
just breathe.
Yeah. Agreed. Okay, and the last question is, who has the bigger sense of humor? You want to do this together too?
Who do you think has the biggest sense of humor?
You do.
Yeah, of course. You
You.
don't like to joke.
No. Because you be joking all the time. I just be like, it's serious. God.
I do
Can't
joke
joke
all
all
the
your
time.
life.
I joke all the time.
For us, you know what? I honestly, I think it's kind of even. But since I had to pick one, I put she does.
Oh, that's sweet.
What did you put?
I was gonna say the same thing. It's like neck and neck, and I put he does. It's real neck and neck.
That concludes our game. See, that one went smooth. We did it. Yay.
Yeah.
That's what's good.
That's very smooth.
All right, so we're gonna get into y'all's relationship.
Okay.
So, how did you guys meet?
You want me to tell it?
Why you look shamefaced?
Yeah, he don't like when I tell the story.
Uh-oh.
Because he say I got it a little bit wrong, but I know how it went.
I'm gonna go ahead and let her.
All right, let's
I know how it went.
Okay.
So, let me see. Back in 2011.
Go on and say it, because you know you want to.
Back in 2011 is when I swooped him.
You got swooped, okay?
Yes.
So,
Yep. That's what I call it.
got bagged, bro.
Back then, let me see what was going on. What's that website? Blackplanet was going on? Y'all remember Blackplanet?
Yes.
I remember
Okay.
Blackplanet.
Boy, remember Blackplanet.
So I had a little, it was one night I was getting ready to go out clubbing. And I had my Blackplanet open, and they had a little thing where you spin the wheel and see who your match is. So I was just, spun the wheel, and his picture popped up. I was like, wow. I was mesmerized. It's like, wow.
He's like, I'm gonna get that.
Like, there's something in his eyes that just caught me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Speaking of something in your eyes, I think you got something in your eye right there. Matter of fact.
You just gonna put it all on the podcast?
so yeah, I looked at his eyes, and I was like, dang, I can't just not say something. But I wasn't a Mac. I don't know what to say, so I just said hi, and then he hit me
You look
back.
so embarrassed right now.
She was like, I wasn't a Mac, so I was like, hey.
And then he hit me back, and that was it. It was history. Your girl did not go clubbing that night.
I was about to ask you, did you end up going out, or she just
we ran her Verizon Wireless phone bill up to like $800.
Damn. From that moment?
From that, pretty much that moment.
So how long was it until you guys met face to face?
A short time.
A couple of weeks, I think. Yeah, a couple of weeks. She was in Yuma, and I was in Phoenix. And I jumped on the Greyhound and went to see her.
So was it the same kind of mesmerized when she hit you up?
Yeah, it was. It was. I was showing my mom her picture. I was like, "Ooh, she's cute. Look at her."
Okay. So I like how you was just like, yeah, I bagged him. That's what I did.
Yep.
Something in
Sure
his
did.
eyes
I
was
swooped him.
mesmerizing. I don't think I've ever said that. Just be like, something in your eyes, baby, was mesmerizing. Okay, so you guys meet, and how long? Well, okay, when you first met up, how long were you there?
So he took the bus to Yuma, and he stayed a few days. It was less than a week, just a few days.
Okay. And this was on the first meeting?
How old were you guys?
This was the first time we saw each other, like
Okay.
face to face, physically.
Okay.
How old were you guys too? Then right now.
This was in 2011, so
31. I was 31.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
In 2011.
I mean, if you're just trying to get my current age right now.
No.
No. Wait a minute.
I'm just asking how old you got. I'm just asking how old.
No.
Yeah, I was like.
I'm
like, how old are you, bro?
Completely wrong, bro.
I was like, how old are you now?
Because I'm about to turn 42.
Okay.
So we're going on 9 years for the relationship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when your first meeting, you said that he stayed a couple days. So did you guys just hit it off when you first?
Well, I mean, seeing that we had been talking on the phone for $800 previously, we kind of felt that we knew a lot about each other. Mm-hmm. We were comfortable with each other.
Okay.
So when he came, it was that same comfort level.
Okay.
And we continued to hit it off. So
okay. So
we started making plans.
I was just gonna ask you,
Yeah.
was that at that point? Did you guys like become a couple?
I think, did we become a couple on that visitation, or was it the one after that?
It was the one after that. Yeah. So we still after those couple days, he went back to Phoenix, and we kind of talked about what we're gonna do, how we're gonna, because we can't do long distance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got to be together. If we're gonna be together, we need to be together.
Right.
So we talked about it and decided that he was gonna come back to Yuma and stay with me, and we was gonna make it work. So put that plan in motion, and he did just that. He left his apartment, left his job over there, and came to Yuma.
Oh, you packed up and left. Was it a hard transition?
No, actually, it was pretty. She made it real easy, you know. And the kids, they took to me like they was little, so they took to me real easy. So pretty good.
How many kids do you have?
2 kids
Okay.
who are now 18 and 16.
Okay.
And my 15-year-old son about to move in with us. So.
And it was the same. So your son took to her.
Actually, he hasn't even met her yet. Not in person.
No, he lives in another
He
state.
lives
He lives in
Yeah.
Detroit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you said that you guys haven't met in person, but you guys have talked like on the phone and things like that.
Well, they spoke a few times.
Yeah, we spoke
Okay.
on the phone. Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's gonna be a? smooth
I think
transition?
because of how he is, it'll be easy.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, he wants to come here. I want him to come here. I think
It'd
it
be a
should
better
smooth.
life for him, you know. Better school, better life, period.
Okay. So how did you? Because you said not on the first time that he came down, but the second time. So how did you know, like that's gonna be my girlfriend? Was it like when she hit you up, like you kind of knew, or was it like
I knew that immediately, like before I even went down there the first time. So I already knew that it was too comfortable. It was too easy. It was too easy to talk to. Too easy to get along with. Too easy to get that. You know,
Right.
It just happened. Like we didn't have to try. So I already knew it.
Love at first sight.
That's what it sounded like. 'Cause
Yeah.
you like something
So-
in your eyes.
So how long was it from when y'all met to when y'all moved in together?
Oh man, couple months.
It was a few months because
Like us, huh?
yeah, it was
Shacking
a few
up.
months. Pretty much that's
Shacking up.
what we did. We didn't
We was
follow the
shacking up.
norm. You know, most people are like, well, y'all shouldn't move in together right away, you know. But we was like, we know what we're doing. We grown.
Right.
I had to tell her
So-
dad, look, I'm gonna be here. I ain't going nowhere, bro.
Yeah.
So did he not like you or?
Not at first, he didn't.
My dad's real particular, and he just didn't. He couldn't accept the fact that this is going to be the man in my kid's life, and he's no longer going to be the man in my kid's life because their fathers are not in the picture. So it was always Papa, their grandpa. Yeah, always Papa in their life.
Right.
So with a new man in their life, you know, that meant
Papa
some things are going to change.
Yeah.
So I think he had a hard time accepting that. So therefore he just didn't like Roc for that reason. Just because he was the new man in their life.
How long did that last? Like
a couple of years, actually. The whole time that I don't think he truly accepted it until I decided to move my family to Phoenix. Back to Phoenix, because it was more opportunity, more job opportunity. Yuma is tiny, and there's not really nothing there. So I was like, man, $9 an hour is not doing it. You know,
right?
The job in Yuma, yeah,
right.
I had to do something. So, like when he found that out, when we told him what the plan was, I think that's when he truly accepted it.
It's like you're trying to take care of the family, so okay.
That's dope. So, what about your parents? Are they here?
My mom she was here at up until like 2 years ago. She's in Louisiana now, but she loves her.
Yeah, his mom is real cool.
Yeah.
My dad, he passed away, so
okay,
and they never got to meet. So.
Do you have people in Louisiana?
Yeah, I got some aunties and some cousins down there.
So we go visit. We could, hit them up like, yo, Roc said we can
go to Crawfish,
Right, you sure will too.
Oh man,
Crawfish. We definitely want to visit Louisiana.
We gotta take y'all because you know what
they call them mud bugs.
They look like it. They look like roaches.
And y'all eat
no,
that
they don't
stuff.
look like roaches.
They do. They look like water roaches.
They
water
look
roaches.
like lobsters. Really, they
water roaches. That's hilarious.
Because I could do the crabs and the shrimp. I don't know, something about crawfish. Even though crabs, I guess when you look at crabs, they don't look appetizing. But when you look at crawfish, I just be like, oh my gosh, ew.
And then to see people actually just break the head off.
Yeah, you break the body off. And I don't suck on the head. That part's disgusting to me because I feel like their guts is still in there. The only part I eat is the tail. That's it.
Oh, okay.
I rip the tail off so that go over
Other
there.
part.
Eyeballs and all that.
Wait.
And suck that meat right out of the tail.
Making me want some damn
crab.
Yeah.
Man, we should do that, bro.
Y'all gonna be all up in Angry Crab.
Can Nana
Joe's
not?
Crab Shack.
She can right now because she had to stop that medicine.
Yeah, because like on the weekends would most likely be when this would happen. And there was one time this was recently, I went into Fry's and I always go past that area where they got the snow crabs just to be like, how much okay. Nigga, one day I went in there, the bitches was $7.99 a pound. I was like, hey babe, they $7.99. She was like, oh, okay, yeah, but Nana can't have none. And she loves crabs just as much as us, but there was like a medication or something. Yeah, there was a reason she couldn't have seafood. So we was
that
like,
would be mean to eat that.
yeah, like you know what I'm saying?
I could just go home.
She was like, I'll just stay in the room or something like that. I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that to you. And I'm sorry,
slowly
guys.
walked away.
Touched the glass, like, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's so dramatic.
I wanted you guys so bad. Well, we gonna have to because it's good that she could eat it. Because I was gonna say we might just have to stop by a little spotty spot real quick.
Really?
Have a little crab real quick. But nah, I want to go to a buffet now. Y'all, I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. We talking about food and shit. Jeez,
that sounds so good.
Yeah. So there was a way I was gonna go with this, and I just forgot. So okay, let's just pick up from the move to Phoenix.
Okay.
So how was the transition to Phoenix? And you guys have both of your children.
Mm-hmm. Both of our children in the house.
Okay. So you make the move from Phoenix to Phoenix.
Yeah. Well, I went first.
Okay.
You know how it go. You go down there. get some employment, start saving money, and then she got a job in Yuma that she hated and stuck in there and saved money to pay for the move. We just went from there, you know. We had to start off living with my grandmother for like maybe a week, but then after that we got our place that we still live in right now.
Okay.
So
yeah, because I had suggested that too, but maybe we couldn't do that when we was going through our move and transition recently. I had wanted to I was like, I wish that there was a family member that we were comfortable with and they were comfortable with, like letting us stay there for like a month or two.
Ooh, that's hard.
Like,
It's so
you know what I'm
hard
saying?
to
Like,
bring
'cause
your
you
whole
could-
family to somebody else's
Yeah, it is.
environment.
It is. That's why I said I wish there was somebody that we would, because not even. I'm sure we have people that would be like, yes, y'all, if y'all need it, like, you know what I'm saying, we'll make the space, whatever, blah blah blah. But it's also us. Like, we don't want to. Oh, here we come with all of us.
Invade.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I mean, someone coming in and then because you want to be like, oh, come in, make yourself at home. But then when they do, you just like, foot all on my coffee table. We don't do that here. You know, like they really like, y'all really comfortable. Okay. Yeah.
it
Because
was,
man,
it was hard.
Because the amount of money we could save if like we didn't have like rent for like 2 months.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We could have. I think it would have. But sometimes you just gotta take care of yourselves.
Gotta bite the bullet.
Gotta get out there and make it happen. But
nothing lights the fire up under your behind like staying in someone else's house.
That is very true.
yeah.
Invading their space. Like they say,
Especially
oh, it's
depending
okay,
on-
but then the feeling that you have
Yeah.
Yeah.
for invading their space
Yeah.
and taking up all their,
Yeah,
area.
you kind of stay in the room.
And then
right?
depending on
That's
what type
what
of,
she and the kids mostly did too. They stayed in the room that they gave us.
Right.
Like,
And it was a
probably would do
2-bedroom
that.
apartment. The 4 of us, him and I, plus the kids, and then also his mother
my mother and then my grandmother.
and his grandma. So, I mean, it was difficult to keep all of our stuff together and not have it spread all out.
Yeah.
I wanted to keep everything washed. I wanted to keep the dishes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Do
yet-
your part because I'm in your house. Yeah.
Right. And then we just have that uncomfortable feeling.
Yeah.
We're just going up in somebody
And
else's
my
fridge.
grandmother's
Yeah.
a real.
Yeah.
She was, God bless her soul. She was a extreme holy roller. One of those grandmothers that, you know, as soon as you smell like weed or something, she start praying and then, come sit down here.
We're going to need to talk about this.
we
This
couldn't-
demon we're going to pray off.
We couldn't sleep in the same room together because we weren't
We're
married or whatever.
So you had to sleep on the couch?
I slept wherever I just slept at. Just in the chair. I still do that to this day too. In the chair, on the floor, on the couch, don't matter. Wherever I fall asleep at, that's where I'll be at until the morning.
So yeah, I felt kind of like we were disrespecting her a little bit. We weren't married, but we're together.
Right.
Yes, we've had sex, and so that's the obvious. Yes.
Right.
But to yet be in her house too, knowing that she don't approve of that portion of
Right.
it,
It's
I felt kind of
uncomfortable.
bad.
Yeah, when you said we were there for about a week, like that's pretty fast. He was like, yeah.
Yeah.
We're out. We are out of here.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that was motivation to find our spot.
But we already had money saved up. We had a
Mm-hmm.
vehicle.
Right.
Only thing we was missing was a place, and you know,
takes about a week, I guess, from the moment you apply for one.
right. So we just went on ahead and just.
Did it.
Matter of fact, we had to do all the work ourselves to make the house ready for us to move in. Like I had to put the floor in downstairs. There was no floor; it was just concrete.
Yeah, they
I
had
to
pulled
put
up the
floor
carpet.
in
The carpet
myself.
was still
We had
in
to paint.
place, rolled up,
Yeah.
ready to be thrown out.
Wow.
Wow.
So we had to do it all. So it was worth it though, you know. Now we ready to get something bigger because my son's coming, and he can't share rooms with Javon. Oh, her son and my son got the same name.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's dope.
So you have two. You have a boy and a girl, or
Yeah.
okay.
Javon is 18, Jada is 16, and then Javon is 15.
So y'all looking for a 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to
That's
move
what we
out to
tryna go.
Glendale
Yeah.
for
That's what you
that.
trying to go see. I trying to get a house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what they have a lot of nice ones out now. Yep.
Yeah.
When is he moving out?
At the end of this school year.
Okay.
I got a little time, but I want his room to already be ready. You know, PlayStation 4 Is it the 4 that's out
That's
now?
the newest one,
Okay,
yeah.
because you know I'm an Xbox fan. But anyway,
Oh goodness.
anyway,
Goodness.
And I can't
PlayStation
even
4
keep
in
up.
his
I just call it the
room.
console. That's it. I don't know.
One of
That's the
them.
thingy.
You know, full dresser already ready, bed already ready. I don't want him to have to worry about nothing. So
And then is he on the East Coast?
he's in Detroit,
Okay.
yeah, Midwest.
Okay. So they get out of school after they do out here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Most places do.
Yeah.
Actually,
they get
most
out of
places
school.
get out of school and start school later than Arizona.
Mm.
Most places do. I know where I'm from. They do. You from Yuma?
You know, pretty much, yeah. I spent the majority of my life in Arizona, so.
So is she.
No.
You spend more time in Arizona than you have in Virginia.
Simmer down.
You have.
I am
See, she's
country to my bone.
she's weird because when we was back home, she would tell people she was from Arizona. Like, no, I'm from Arizona. I'm from Phoenix or whatever.
Mm.
Then when we came back to Phoenix, no, yeah, I'm from Virginia. It's like, but baby, you said you was.
First of all, you just really put me out there.
And I feel like you from the place that you spent the majority of your life at. Like, like I'm getting close to that. Like, depending, like maybe 5 more years out here, I might be in Arizona longer than Virginia.
So I've been here since 2007. Does that make me from Arizona right now?
Is that longer than you've been in Detroit?
No.
Yeah. No.
I have a lot of southern roots, so I would still say that that's where I'm from. The southern hospitality is just how I am, so I would say that's where I'm from. I mean, I would never see myself moving back there,
Nah.
but
I never moved back to
that's where
Detroit.
I'm from.
You say it's rough, huh? It's
I
rough
never
back
moved
there.
back.
It's
Not just
Commonwealth.
rough, it's
I
just
love
not-
my city. Don't get me
It's,
wrong, but
it's like you get a lot of people that are stuck in their ways, and then it's Commonwealth. So
Some of those people
you
we
just
don't- some
get
of those
taxed
people-
for everything. Like you got to have your decals on your car. You also have to have the sticker that goes into the car that you have to have. And you got to get that re-up. And the jobs don't pay well. And like for the most part, if you're in the country part or the city part, all the black people stay in like one area. And like because they can't go anywhere else because they don't really pay too much. So it's just I'm thinking about as far as cost of living. Like we get paid way more out here, and you can have way more as far as if you want to rent a house, if you want to buy a house. Like out there, you would be able to get acres, but you would have to really be making money in order to get those, acres and things like that. So it's just not worth it.
for me, I couldn't go back to Detroit because honestly, I done got too used to living out here. In Detroit, you gotta be on your P's and Q's all the time and be ready to just
You're always
do
watching your back.
foul stuff all the time in order to just make it through your day. Dudes will push you all the time. I mean, like just walking down the street, they make eye contact with you. As soon as you make eye contact with the wrong person, it's
Like, but you
potential
were
for a
looking at me.
shootout.
You were looking at me. I was like, I feel somebody looking at me. Oh, and
For
now
eye
you just
contact,
yeah.
though. For eye contact.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to live like that no more. So
Yeah.
Yo, why am I looking at you? What? Why am I looking at you?
I don't know.
What I'm looking at? I don't know, man.
who is cat looking at? Why are you looking at me?
Yeah, I mean that's
Stupid.
the craziest thing to die over because we locked eyes. Like,
Right.
Just because I didn't look away in
Fast
enough time
enough.
for you to feel comfortable. Now, it's a problem. I don't got time.
I had one time at work where this new guy, he was one of the new temps, and he came in and he was like saying what's up to everybody. Hey man, I'm blah blah blah. He was Mexican, and he was like I'm blah blah blah. I was like okay, cool. I'm in the back packing shit. Like I'm packing solar units and shit like that. So I'm back there packing, and he come. He like, hey yeah, what's the name? Okay yeah, what's up, bro? Whatever, blah blah. But when I said what's up to him, I looked up. I said, oh, what's up? And I did that, and I went back to work. So then, like, I don't know if it was the same day or another day or something like that. Somebody was like, yeah, old boy said he don't fuck with you.
damn.
I'm like,
That was quick.
I was like, for real? Why? He was like, cause it was like you didn't look him in his eyes when y'all met or something like that.
I mean, how many seconds he want? Like that was 1 second.
I looked up to see who you was.
I acknowledged you. I got work to do.
Yo, good to meet you, bro. Like,
I got shit to do. Nobody got time for this. You the truth.
You feel me?
And then that would have been awkward. He was like, I don't fuck with him because he kept looking at me in my eyes. I think, we don't know.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
I just thought that was weird, but I think one of my friends was like, Mexicans have that like thing, like certain things where they like really thin lines of like disrespect. You know what I mean? Like the littlest things are like disrespectful to them. Like not, yeah. Huh?
So are you guys engaged?
We're not engaged.
Okay.
We just been together for this long, and I mean, when I refer to him, I refer to him as my husband.
Okay.
If I'm talking to my folks at work, my husband.
Right.
We've been together for this long.
Yeah.
And we both ain't going nowhere.
Right.
So
Okay.
that's what it is.
I can dig it.
Why?
What's with the face?
Because it's sometimes that feel good to have somebody talk about you like that. So.
Right.
Oh, blushing.
Ain't it?
Well, you'll be even more blushing when we get to the end of the show.
Yes.
But,
how we end the show.
We didn't tell them beforehand again. But anyways.
We never do. It's the thing.
So you guys have been together 9 years, and you guys said that, since you guys been together, you've had your son and your daughter. What would you say is easier to raise, a boy or girl?
Man.
A
girl has been very easy to raise.
Yeah. I'm going to call her Jasmine. Our dog's name is Jasmine.
All these J's floating around. Jada,
Jada.
Javon, Jasmine.
But, she pretty much raised herself. Jada is the kid that every parent wish they had.
So what does she do?
She does her homework.
Like she comes in and just does it?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
The only thing we have to tell her to do frequently is clean her room. But other than that, varsity cheerleader, on the honor society, straight A student since I've known her. I've never seen her get anything less than an A.
That's a fact.
I think it just, I don't know. I think that's
she
just
does
in her.
things around the house without you telling her to do it.
Oh my gosh. You
She's
guys
like
have
She
a-
didn't
one
talk
of a-
to, so we
one of
gonna
a kind
set up a
type of
date and we
child.
gonna just drop off Aaliyah. She just gonna rub off or whatever she do on
Like,
her.
Jada, why'd you do the dishes? Because I didn't want my mom to have to do them.
So
Like,
we'll trade y'all our 12-year-old daughter and a number 1 draft pick for y'all daughter.
nah.
And they're like, no.
Because Jada about to be a millionaire. She's going to take care of us for the rest of our lives once we old. So.
No, that's right. Okay. So she just does things without you having to tell her, and the boys just don't.
The boy is
I think
something else.
we just
Well,
have to
he's the
call
oldest,
them
right?
two opposites. They're just complete opposites of
Right.
each other.
Totally.
Whereas you don't have to tell her, get behind her on anything. Whereas you definitely need to get behind him on things, on everything, most things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when it
they're
comes to
just
school.
opposite.
He's
Yeah.
lazy with school.
Love them both the same, but they're just completely opposite.
So you don't have to check if she done her homework, but you just be like, "Did you do your homework? Let me see."
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it. Oh, okay. Well, could you bring it down for me? And then it's an argument.
An hour later, he bring it down.
Right.
That's when it's
one of
done.
those. Yeah.
So how long were you guys together until you realized or learned about his singing? Learned about him making music?
I learned about that pretty much right away, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned about that within the first year, of course. Let me see. Did you sing for me on the phone?
I was gonna ask if he
No, not on the
serenaded.
phone.
No. Okay.
Why you ain't serenade on the phone?
It was in the first few
She was
months.
macking you.
She didn't even know I could sing then. She didn't find out that I could sing until I actually was there.
Moved there.
Yeah.
Why you
But,
wait
yeah.
so long?
It was a nice surprise.
It was.
So how did you first sing to her? Do you remember?
The first time I ever sung to her?
Like, do you remember what was the occasion why you sung to her?
It was no particular reason. I was cooking, and she was sitting there, and I heard Tyrese, Sweet Lady come on.
Tyrese too.
I heard Tyrese Sweet Lady come on, and that's one of my favorite all-time songs. And I just started blowing it, and she just sit there like
in awe, in awe,
like you cooking and singing. Like, okay,
yeah.
What was I making? Hash
special, pretty special.
Hash browns.
Yeah.
And a song. That's what's up.
Yep.
Because I would have thought it would have been a Jaheim song, because I think you sound just like him.
I hear that a lot.
When I heard the song with you and verse on it, I was just like, I thought you said Roc was on the song. Why does it sound like, so you snipped it from Jaheim? I've never heard the song from him. He was like, no, that's him. I was like, what? Get out of here.
Yeah.
Yes. That was a really nice song that you guys did too.
Yeah, thanks.
Which one?
The one that you guys did together. I don't know the name of it.
We did two.
Oh, y'all too?
We did two.
Yep.
So what was the first one?
The
Get
first
Out.
one
Get
was
Out.
Get Out, yeah. That was the one where...
That was the angry song.
Yeah, he was breaking up with
I
the...
was pretty angry.
Yeah.
Because I think I was like, who you talking to? Who you talking about in this song?
Yeah.
And then what was the second one?
Boy Toy. That's the one where I had like a little harmonizing moment on.
Yeah, you did. I was like, this is you. I know this is you.
That was when I had a little harmonizing.
Yeah, I think it was the first one, because it was the very first time I heard it. And I was just like, who is this again? I was very surprised. I was like, okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, me and Roc need to get together and make like a little EP or something, a little six or seven song.
Yeah, because we work well together.
Yeah.
Y'all got something magical.
Definitely
Something.
some chemistry.
But every song can't be about pain, man. We gotta do something.
I just
happy
be following
shit.
your lead.
It just so happened that the second song was like that too. I don't know.
It's all good.
You definitely be on your grind as far as your music. You do a lot of shows. Is it hard for you to be supportive, or if it's just something easy when it's time for him to go and follow his dream?
It's easy. It's so easy because he has a different level of happiness when he's performing, when he gets to sing. So to see that for him, it feels good. So it's easy to show support and be there and want him to do well. That's the easy part.
Good. Yeah, that's good. Because you know how, some people are, it's just like, oh, he's doing his music again or something like that.
It could just be the time sometimes, like the time that it takes away from, being home or, being together. Just the time and dedication. Gotta go to the studio. Gotta go to the studio. Gotta go do this show. Gotta go meet up with this person. You know what I'm saying?
It's very time consuming.
So it takes some strength not to get all in my feelings when he's not, I guess around. So for me, I just need that quality time at the end of the day, At the end of the day.
I will agree, yes.
So he can go, be gone, for hours, go to studio, go to this boy house. They got to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Go to this show. But at the end of the day,
yeah.
I need that last hour of your time.
Yes.
That'd be rough too, because you get home and you be like,
well,
it's not even really the case with me.
Though.
With me, the first thing I want to do is jump on my computer and start trying to come up with the next song. Or like when I feel that, you know what I'm talking about. You an artist. When you feel that inspiration to do it, why is it that right when you feel that inspiration, it's bedtime and your girl wants you to come to bed? How can I do my music and go to bed? I'll be up there soon, then I end up falling asleep in the chair, and then she's mad at me in the morning.
Because soon you would think is like, okay, a good 10 minutes. That's soon. Soon ain't okay. It's been an hour and a half, and you come back. You just like,
how long do my soons be?
Well, it depends on what you're doing. If you're doing podcast stuff, if you're doing, because you do the artwork and things like that, that's gonna take some time. So you be like, okay, I'm being there soon. It's never soon.
You always say that too. You be like, just not. So.
I was like, whatever. I'm going to bed. I'm already mad. So you might as well just stay in there because, and but you're right. It's hard not to be in your feelings because like I know what you're trying to do. I know where you're trying to go, but you work a 9 to 5, and then if you have a show to do, that's another 2 hours. And you got to drive across town to come back. Then you may have promised somebody that you're going to do artwork for them or do whatever. And it's just like, oh, so I'm just chopped ass liver over here. I don't mean shit. Like, okay, so, but you know, and you try to, like, okay, you know, you had a show on Saturday and you had, you know, you did artwork on this day and you had another show on Monday. But it's like after a couple days, it's like, okay. Excuse me.
So then
I just take care of the churn and go to work. Right. Like, that's just what I do.
So then I have to also add in the fact that he's a night owl. His visions and what he hears as far as beats goes and stuff, what pops into his brain comes to him at night. You know, when it's time to lay it down, you know, he's up at the computer fixing up the beat. Where I'm like, where you at? I got an empty pillow right there, you know, and he's down there making the beat.
Is it hard for you to go to sleep without him?
No.
It's not. It's really not hard.
She's one of those people that as soon as she closes her eyes, she's asleep.
I hate that.
So it's really not hard to fall asleep.
Because I be like, okay, time to go to sleep, and I have to lay there for, you know, a couple minutes, and then you drift to sleep. I had a friend that was like that too. She's like, no, when I close my eyes to sleep. What? Like, how do you do that?
Yeah, so the problem is I really want him there for when I fall asleep. I can't really say the problem because it's not a problem. I guess it would be a me problem. Yeah. But he needs to be creative and his best work comes at that time. Right. So for me to be supportive, I got to take one for the team and let him go be creative when I need him at the pillow by me. Right. So it's hard to split my feelings that way.
I used to be like that, especially when I had like the computer in the garage. Yeah, she would walk out there and be like, "Yo, what are you doing?" I'm
kind of just walk out.
"Yo, I got this like verse that I'm like," especially when I had like the equipment. That's when I used to only record my shit. You need your shit. When I used to only like record in my studio in the garage, I used to be in that bitch forever. Don't let it be like payday. I go get me a fifth of Henny or a Cavassier or something like that. Slide up in the garage.
And then I get I'll be in there soon. Okay. And then an hour and a half later, you just got to open the door and just look.
Right.
Yeah, because more stuff be coming. Y'all don't understand how it works. More stuff just be coming to your brain. And you got to get it out. If you don't, it's gone. It's a wrap. You know?
I would still rather be told, no, I'm not coming tonight.
Just it's going to be another hour or two, before I come in. But don't say soon. Because I'm going to be like, okay, cool, I'm going to stay up.
Because we honestly don't know,
But you got to say that I don't know. Don't give me it's going to be soon because I'm going to be waiting.
That's fair.
And then after 45 minutes or after my show, because if I'm in the show, like, okay, I'm watching the show. And then all of a sudden you're just like, hold on, you said soon and you out there, you just in the beat, just popping, just this motherfucker forgot. Right. Like you forgot me, so I can understand. It is difficult sometimes to be there and just to be supportive because you know where they're trying to go. You don't want to hinder them. You don't want to be that wife that's just like, all right, goddammit, right? All right, but
you want to turn it to an obstacle instead of. Yeah.
The support system.
We definitely had to play tug of war out a couple times. Like we would try to compromise. Like if he knew that he was gonna be out there, then he would come and lay with me until I fall asleep, and then I would be sleep enough to stay asleep, but awake enough to kind of feel him sit on the bed.
That used to be my shit too, because I used to work.
Did we try that?
Yeah, I feel so awful doing that.
I used to work. I used to work this job where I got off at like 9 or 10. Remember when I was working at the cable box place? I get off at like 9 or 10. I come home and she got to go to sleep. She got to get up in the morning. But me, I just got off of work, so I need me a couple tall cans and some smoke, blah blah blah, and I'm gonna have me a night. And for a minute, I think we talked about this before. For a little minute, that shit be lovely. Kids sleep, everybody sleep. I'm gonna just hop on this game, or I'm gonna just write some shit, or I'm gonna just kick back and watch some shit. Like, and nobody's gonna bother me. And then after like a couple weeks to a month of that, it's like I don't see nobody. I don't ever see nobody. Simone sleep, basically going to bed when I get home. She's gone before I wake up. I take the kid to school, but I don't really see her after that.
I'm
She sleep when I get home.
Because I mean, like, even when you have things to do, because you have the show on Mondays and you have the show on Saturdays, and then you have all this other stuff that you're into, it gets kind of hard, because I feel like, okay, I have to go to work, I have to be able to get off at this time because I have to go pick up the kids, and then I have to make sure that they eat. It's like it becomes a you are the parent while you go chase your dream, and it's like you feel kind of selfish having an attitude and just being like, but it feels like, okay, well, if I didn't get off early, if I didn't do this, if I didn't do that, then who's gonna run the house while you're chasing your dream? So it does get a little challenging. And then when you don't,
and it's important too for that person that's chasing the dreams to manage their time, like to make sure that they're using their time valuably. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that I give you your time. These times are the times I need to go do these things, but outside of that, you know, I want to make sure we have our time. You know what I'm saying? Even if we gotta go out, even
give
if we
me
got
some lessons, bro, because I don't be knowing. I be letting my creativity control me sometimes, bro. I know it gets on the nerves, but
it's something to work on. I mean, it ain't nothing that can't be adjusted.
No, it's not something, and it's not something. I'm not saying that like this is oh well, just manage your time like it's easy. No, it's something that you have to learn, and that you just have to communicate with each other and give each other, you know, I have to know what it is that you want, where you want me to make sure that I'm giving you the time at relative to what I have to do, because you know what I have to do. You know the things that I have to put time into doing. So like for example, like Sunday is like a no day for me. Like every now and then I might need to do something on a Sunday, and she's really cool with that, because for the most part I do try to just be in the house if I'm not doing this type of stuff.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, so but we agreed to a note, like Sunday is a black day. It's a blackout day. You can't do shit on Sundays.
Right.
Yes,
I
Sunday
remember
is my
because
day.
I asked you to make me some kind of art for something, and I was like, I need it now, I need it today, or something like that. And you was like, nope, Sunday I can't do it. Like,
And that might have been even one of those weeks where I was like going hella hard, and like Sunday was like, if I don't be locked in on her Sunday,
things ain't gonna go well.
I'm gonna be moving in with you, man.
Monday
You
ain't
and
gonna
that
happen.
artwork gonna go over there with Roc, because I don't know what's going on here. Yes, and it definitely took some practice rounds, because at one point in time he wanted to work, and then he was doing all the extra stuff. Then he wanted to have like a guys, we're gonna play games over this person's house, and I'm just like, what the fuck are we doing right now? Like, so you want to have your you day and do the radio and do this and go to work? And it was like on a Wednesday, and it was just like, okay, so Simone just supposed to be mama all the time. Like, Simone don't get no day off. So that was definitely our stake. So it's definitely, it does take time.
It takes time, and it takes practice.
It's that communication.
It takes communication, definitely.
Not trying to change the subject, but speaking of games, dude, you know, I just went 47-2 on Call of Duty, the mobile, Call of Duty mobile, ranked match. Not ranked match. It
47 kills.
It was the new little game they had on there.
What was it? What's that?
Rapid
47
fire.
kills.
Yeah, 47 kills. 47, son. I took a screenshot. I'll show it to you.
So sound like he trying to get your number.
Yeah, so you guys play the same game?
No, I don't play it.
Oh.
I don't play it.
You don't play it?
No, I don't play it.
Oh, dude.
So it's on your phone?
Yeah, it's a mobile game.
Oh,
I mean, I be talking shit to him. I be telling him, I get up there and smash your score right now.
That's why I thought you played, because you be talking shit.
No, I don't play.
Yeah, you gonna have to download that so that you can show. You got to put the money where your mouth is.
I don't be playing no mobile games. See, when you got a PlayStation,
Once you play it,
when you got a PlayStation, you don't need to play games on your mobile phone.
Oh,
I don't know that Xbox niggas, they need more things to entertain themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Disrespectful.
yeah, I'm gonna let you have that, bro. I'm not even gonna go there, bro. This your show. I'm gonna let you have that.
But you did.
So, how long have you been like actively making music?
How long? Actively, like professionally, actively? Not long at all. Maybe 5 years.
Okay, that's good. And oh, you got any questions?
Yeah, like prior to the 5 years, he knew he had this talent, but didn't know how to use it and where to go with it.
Right.
Or did I have the money to try to do it? Because it's expensive as hell.
So 9 years together. Do you guys ever have any scares or breakups?
Nah.
We've had what? We would say 3 breakups.
Yes, all at your hand, I might add.
Okay. All in my hand, I guess.
Yes.
3 breakups.
Broke up with me.
Yeah,
Yes.
3 breakups.
So did the breakup consist? I mean, you guys lived together, right? So at the time of the breakup, were you guys living together?
So
Twice. Yes, we were living together.
Yeah, one of them I was in Virginia, she was here. And then 2 of them we were living together.
Ooh.
So
I mean, how do you break up when y'all still living together?
You gotta get the fuck out. Like you the one that's like, oh, fucking I'm out to be out. No, but you gotta be out though. Like you're not gonna just be like, yeah, we broken up, but I'm sleeping on the sofa. That's not breaking up. Yeah.
Yeah, one of those breakups, she was tough on me too. She was like, you about to leave? I was like, no, I was just gonna spend the night.
Nah, you're not about to spend the night. No, you said that you wanted to be out, and I folded his clothes very nicely, and I put them in a laundry basket, and I set the laundry basket in the garage. And
at least she ain't pour a bunch of bleach on your shit. I done seen it all.
Oh, I thought. Oh, okay.
No, I'm not right here. Don't look at me.
Like,
I didn't do that.
She's a bleacher.
No.
She wouldn't be sitting here next to me if she was.
Oh, I've done it before though. Pre him, I've done that before. Yeah,
I can dig it.
It was so fun.
But they probably deserved it though.
Yeah.
It's a funny story. So I don't know if you even want me to share this, but
You can share.
when we were broken up one time, I would there would be times where I'd be like, hey, do you mind if I borrow some money? And she'd be like, yeah, sure, come over and get it. And I'd be like, all right, cool. And then she would be like, seduce me, and I'd be like, well, no. She was like, well, you want the money, right? I'm like,
You make him work for the money.
I'm in here having sex for money with my estranged wife.
Wow.
Work for the money.
He was like, yeah, I'm gonna need like $50. I was like, oh, okay. No, don't try to act like I seduced you because you knew what it was before you came over.
After the initial one.
Yeah. So it was like,
I think we might have said it on the phone. Yeah, you might have said it on the phone.
Did he work hard for the money?
He did. And I was just like, okay, so he was just like, yeah, I mean like $50. It's like $50 until when? He's like, oh, until I get paid. So I just said, oh, okay. Well, you're gonna need to break me off. And he's just like, what? Yeah. He was like, so what if I say no? Then you ain't getting this motherfucking $50. Right. Like, I don't know what you think you do. And then after everything's said and done, he gonna try to lay back. No, he's broken up. Get your $50. I'm gonna need you to get up out of here though.
Get up and bounce. Ooh.
Goodbye. And he was like, hi. I was like, hi.
Felt like such a
Go
whore.
ahead and he did. He
felt like such a whore. Such a whore.
Yeah,
you had to earn it.
Like you decided to go, so don't get comfortable in the bed. Like, whew, that was fun. Make sure you get your pants on the way out.
Terrible. But it's like one of those things. It's like, well, we married, so we never divorced or got close to it.
We did get close to it because I was gonna file papers on your ass.
File that.
I
You
was.
would file your nails.
Whatever. So yes.
Nah, we ain't never been
That's
close
good.
to the edge like that.
That's good. Is that a spaceship?
I was like, what in the world?
That looks like one of those spaceships from Avengers.
Man.
So, you have any further questions? I'm trying to make sure that we touched on. Oh, you know what? There was the thing that we were talking about outside, Def Comedy Jam.
Oh yeah.
Def Comedy Jam. So he was telling me that you never seen Def Comedy Jam.
Not that I can remember. He was trying to reference somebody from Def Comedy Jam, and I'm like, I don't know who that person is.
Yeah,
So-
Joe Torre.
Joe Torre?
Yeah,
He's here.
I know everybody's eyes like,
He's
what?
gonna be here.
I know.
No,
I saw
Def
the flag.
Comedy, like I'm not,
And I'm
because
serious,
he's
I don't know.
a super fan of Def Comedy Jam, and he will still watch it to this day. But I definitely knew like who it was, and back in the day when they used to come on.
See, my problem
You never
is
seen Poetic Justice?
I've seen Poetic Justice.
Oh, so you know who Joe Torre is?
That was the boyfriend.
He was Chicago.
Yeah,
Have you seen?
Janet Jackson's friend's boyfriend.
Have you seen the movie Sprung?
No.
Okay, we gotta look. We're gonna have to set up some movie nights.
Yeah, I'm about to say we
See,
can
okay,
game
so
up.
the thing is,
Nice.
he's a movie person, and he's
gotta
probably
get-
seen every movie under the sun.
You
and
seen
I'm
Sprung?
not. I've only seen the movies. He's like, hey, let's see this, so I've seen it. But before him, I didn't watch movies. I can count on my hands how many movies I watched before him.
And that's crazy because he don't. I mean, he doesn't watch that much stuff too. Like especially with TV shows, I always be like, "Bro, you watch this TV show?" Nah.
Nope.
Bro, you watch this TV show?
I don't be watching
Nah.
TV shows much. No, I don't.
He gets into his sci-fi stuff, and that's what he'll choose to watch.
What's your favorite movie of all time?
Right now. Okay. See, I got two answers for that.
Okay.
So the first one, favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
I would have to say, The Roc. That's old. You probably,
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my favorite of all time. But my favorite today, right now, I would say Avengers Infinity War.
Over Endgame. Mm-hmm. Infinity War was a great movie.
That was one before Endgame, right?
Yes. Yes. So we already know what my favorite movie of all time is The Wood, and hers is Thin Line Between Love and Hate.
And I honestly don't have a favorite movie.
You gotta have a favorite movie. You've seen movies.
No. I really don't.
She
have
didn't
a
even
favorite
watch movies before I got in her life. I had to.
So if you don't, because I love movies, I am a movie buff. So if you're not watching movies, what is your favorite pastime?
I'm a wordy, so I like in game shows. I like game shows, and if I'm doing something on my phone, it's playing a words game.
Okay.
So that's me.
So you like
Words
reading?
With Friends.
No, I hate reading.
Words
And
with
I know that's you're like what, bitch? What?
Like if the words reading, like no, hate it.
No, I like to know words and spell them and know what they mean and just know them.
Okay.
But I hate reading books. I like game shows, lots of game shows, cooking shows.
Is it just the act of reading, or is it just because you haven't found anything like really interesting?
I've read a few interesting things, but I just don't like reading.
Gotcha.
I love when he tells me about the movies. Like if we're watching a movie, I'm like, ooh, and then what do they do? And he's watched the movie before. I expect him to tell me what's going on and tell me about it.
I expect that
Tell me
too.
what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And he don't.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't tell you. I'm gonna tell you.
I
I'm gonna tell you
hate
this
that.
little bit.
Yeah.
I'm doing it if I've already seen the movie, but if I haven't seen it yet, but I still get what's going on, I don't be wanting to talk during the movie. I want to.
Yeah, because I watched like this Wu-Tang shit, and I watched only the first episode. She came in like halfway through the second episode and was watching it with me, and I feel like I had to explain everything about the show, and I was like, man, maybe I just need to let her watch the first episode because I feel like I'm explaining everything, and she's not getting everything because I'm like, well, this dude did this to this dude, and that dude did that to that dude, and it's confusing.
But I do like when you tell him, like if he's seen a movie and I'm like, okay, I want to see it, and there's someone that I like let's say T.I. was playing in the movie, and I'm like, okay, and he's already seen it. Does T.I. die? Because if he die, I'm not watching it. And he's like, I'm not telling you the movie. I'm not gonna watch it because if he die, like I don't want to watch
spoil the
it,
whole
see
thing.
Somebody die. So he'll be like, yes or no. He'll be like, yes, the person does die. Just be like, okay, I'm not watching. That's enough for me. Or he's like, no. I'm like, okay, cool, because then I know, okay, he in a sticky situation, so I know you're gonna get out of it. So okay, we good. He hates it. He's just like, just watch the movie. No, like, and then I can't watch nothing sad. Cause he likes stupid ass. What's that movie with the Will Smith
Pursuit
movie?
of Happiness.
Oh,
That
I like that
movie.
movie.
Hate that damn movie. Sad as shit. Like that movie was so
Sit up
sad.
there crying.
And I was like,
It was
it's
actually
so
happy,
sad.
though.
At the end, the whole bathroom scene fucked me up.
That fucked me up too.
I was like banging on the door, your little boy. I was just like, oh gosh, like no, I can't. I am not a
Will Smith
sad.
is one hell of an actor.
I hate sad
He
stuff.
right up there with
You guys plan on seeing Bad Boys?
We already
we
saw
saw
it.
it.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
So what do you think about it?
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second.
Like
All
it.
right.
I do
Really?
like
You
it.
said I.
All right.
Thank you.
It was
Thank
all
you.
right for
It
you.
was good.
Because I feel like as far as a Martin and Will movie, it was good. As far as a Bad Boys trilogy, it could have been better. I wasn't
Same
feeling
exact
it.
thing I thought. I thought Bad Boys 2 was better than this one.
That's what I told
But
him.
it
I
was
said
still
as
good.
a sequel to Bad Boys 1, Bad Boys 2 was right up there. It was
And what
very,
I
very
didn't
good.
like about it was the fact that they was getting old. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they couldn't do
all
all
that
the stuff they
action
was
stuff.
doing. Yeah.
And you
know?
notice that it was animated. A lot of the stuff.
Yeah,
that
the
was my
CGI.
thing. Like that's what exactly what I told him. He was like, well, "What don't you like about it?" I was like, "I understand that they're getting old. So Will can't run down the street with his shirt all open. I get that you can't really run.
Maybe Will
long
can do it,
distance.
but Martin can't.
Show
No,
could.
Martin.
So I
I was gonna say
definitely
Will can do it.
he couldn't do it in Bad Boys
They was
1.
making
The race?
They was probably making Will look older and making Martin look younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you could see it that wasn't his face. I mean, it was like it just felt fake, you know.
It felt very
'Cause
animated.
in real
to
life,
me.
it looked like he got two sandwiches in his mouth. Just one on this side, one on this side.
Yo, when they when was everybody in the movie lit when they saw Reggie?
Oh,
Our whole theater was
Yeah.
lit like,
Yeah,
oh,
Reggie. And he still had the same demeanor,
and
the same
lankiness,
monotone
yes.
talk. But
Yeah.
dude in the Marines, though.
yeah.
Marines.
Take care of his shit, doing right.
Yeah, but I thought the same thing, especially the whole scene with him falling from the helicopter and stuff. It just, a lot of the scenes look very digital. And that's just what I really just didn't like about it. It wasn't authentic like the first and second
Right.
Bad Boys. Like they did a lot of their own shit, you can tell. But you can tell like even like a fight scene, it was somebody else's body with Will's head on it. Like it just didn't look the same. So I'm like, as a movie for itself, it was good, but not as a third Bad Boys. I was just like,
Because they had to bring them extras in.
yeah.
And it took away from it for me.
I thought it
Yeah.
was good. I think that maybe you guys went into the movie with too much expectation.
It's a Bad Boys 3, as good, and
I still think it was
didn't
good.
help that we watched Bad Boys before we went to go see the movie.
I
So it's like,
still think it was good. I mean, you can't expect a franchise to one up themselves every time. It's possible. I mean, I know Marvel just did it time after time after time after time after time.
I do
after time
expect
after
a
time.
franchise to
But
one up themselves. If
when
you're
you-
going to say
but you
that this
gotta
is
realize
like
too
Bad
that-
Boys, then you have to be like it.
But you got to realize too, with a company like Marvel and how they were able to one up, they were putting out 1 or 2 movies a year,
Yeah.
dropping. So they're getting that reputation, and it's been 17 years since we got a Bad Boys movie, and they changed the director too. I already knew when the director was different. I was like, this is gonna be a different type of movie. It's not gonna be up to par because Michael Bay did 1 and 2.
And I get that, and I understand that you're
So what
making
do
a
you
way
think
for
it
them,
would've
but
came out as if Will would have directed it himself?
If he would have directed it himself, I don't know.
Yeah, 'cause-
who knows?
I mean, I get it, but it's just like you then call it another movie. But if you're coming out as a Bad Boys, you have to be up there, especially after 2. Like, okay, 1 you was like, oh, okay, and then when you get 2, like, oh, I don't know how this
But
about
if you
to
don't
be
You know
what got
because
me, though?
and it was
I hated
right
it
up
when-
there with it.
when the captain got shot.
Yes.
That when it happened,
I
it
was
was
like,
unexpected. It caught me totally off guard when he got. I was like,
Yes.
"Is he dead?" You know,
I didn't think he was gonna be dead either. Because I mean, Will came back.
right?
Right.
So I'm like, hold the fuck up. Like, so Cap just died. So if they have a Bad Boys 4, Cap just not gonna be there. Like, just disrespectful.
Nope.
Just disrespectful.
Dun. Yeah, I didn't expect Will to get shot so goddamn. I didn't even know if he was getting shot. They did a good job at keeping that from us.
They really did.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know he was gonna get shot. I knew that people were gonna shoot at him and try to kill him, but that happened quick. Like, so when they first came, and then when the dude came on a motorcycle, I was like, oh, they about to shoot out or something like that. Now I didn't pow 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 pow. Damn, I'm like, oh shit. Okay,
all of them got him too.
All right, movie just started. All right, cool.
Well,
So-
we know you're gonna live.
Yeah.
Right. It's cool with that.
we know you're gonna live.
But he was dyeing his beard though, man.
Yeah.
What was it that he used?
It's something brown something.
Midnight
Brown.
something like that.
He was dyeing his beard for him. That
Sweet.
That's hilarious. But if you don't stack it up with the other movies, is it a good movie?
Yeah, like I said, like it's a good movie by itself. If it was just a Will and Martin movie, it's a good movie. But I guess I feel as though because they came out the gate with Bad Boys 2 and it was just as good, if not better, than Bad Boys 1. It's like, okay, you have two great movies and then you come with this one. It was just like, and I mean, I guess you could use the excuse like they haven't done it in a while, but it's still just like, okay, well, that means it should be better. You know what you have to live up to.
Right.
So that's just my opinion. He was very shocked when I was just like, it was all right. He was just like, really? And I was like, yeah.
I was lit. I thought it was great. Okay, well, we're coming up on the end of our show. It's been about an hour and 10 minutes. So we close out our show by doing a thing we call Leave with Love. So we tell your spouse one thing that you love about them. It's doesn't have to be like the thing you love the most or
doesn't
whatever.
have to be super gushy.
It doesn't have to be super gushy. It could be anything. Just any one thing that you love about them. So we'll go first. Mm-hmm. You'll go first this time because I went first last time.
I love that you are growing your hair back out and that you have my favorite haircut because you messed it up. It was okay. So let me tell you backstory. He had Roc. He had this frohawk before, and it was getting very long, and I thought the frohawk was so fucking sexy. I was just like, yes. So it was getting long though, and he was just like, it's just getting long, and I was like, no, but I really like it. I was like, okay, don't touch it. If you want to touch it up, go to the shop so that they can go ahead and trim it down, and then you can keep it. He was like, nah, I think I can do it myself. So I was like, don't touch it. I'm telling them over and over. Guess who don't listen though? And guess who come in the room with a fucking mullet? I'm gonna just let that simmer in. I was just like, I was hot. I was so mad because at first I like the Caesar when it's
like,
short
what's that?
So exactly. I was just like, I just didn't say anything because I was like, what the fuck did you do? So at first when I first met him, he had longer hair and I loved it, but then he was just like, I'm gonna cut my hair. I didn't want him to cut his hair, and he did, and I fell in love with the Caesar. That's when we first started dating. I was just like, damn, okay. So then he wanted to grow his hair back out. And I was like, no, I really like the Caesar. Just keep it going. And so he tried to have dreads one time. I fucking hated them. But he found the haircut that works for him. So I was like, cool, keep it. And then he was just like, oh, I'm going to trim it down. So then he had to go back to the Caesar. So he came in with the mullet, and then he was like, I'm going to try to fix it. It was no fixing it. And next time I saw him, he had the Caesar again. And I was just like, it's not even the same drip. Like, I was just like, oh, you got the Caesar? And I really, like, it was like he cut his sexy off. Like, I was just like, yeah, I mean, you all right. I mean, you still got the booty, so
what you're saying is don't touch your own hair. Like,
no,
don't fix anything.
I created my frohawk because I got a frohawk before, and then I ended up cutting it. And then I had this one. I created, not this one, but the one before this one that she's talking about.
Because you did go to the shop and we didn't really like it.
Yeah, we didn't like it. So I was like, my hair was long, and I was like, I want to cut it off. But then I was like, no, I kind of want my frohawk, but I want it the way that I like it because he didn't do it right.
It was like, something about the back, right?
He made my back way too
square,
too far in.
Yeah,
I want more hair in my back than that one. So I was like, you know what? Before I cut it all off, I'm gonna try to attempt to give myself a frohawk, and I did it. It was great, and I kept it going for a while. Like I kept, cutting this part down and fading it and shaping myself up. I've been cutting my hair for myself since I was like 17, but I just
But it was the hair.
It would just do that. I would just cut everything off. It'd be all even.
Yeah.
This was like the first time that I was really successful at like giving myself a fade.
Style.
You know what I'm saying? Some type of style. So I was like, okay, cool. And I kept it going.
But the hair on the top and in the back, it was getting very long. So, I mean, I still thought it looked great. It just needed to be trimmed a little bit if he didn't want it to be so long. But he just went hat crazy. And the top was just down and it was just long in the back. And I was just like, why do you have a mohawk or a mullet? Why do you have a mullet? And I was so sad. So my leaving with love is I'm so glad that it's growing back in and you get your sexy. I really like it.
Okay.
Appreciate you.
I love the fact that you, what's the word I'm looking for? That you tend to my needs and wants. Like when I want certain things, you will get those things for me. Like even if like, you know, maybe we're not even supposed to have it. Like if we not eating a certain thing and I'm like, well, baby, I want this. Like for example, we were on the keto diet we were on a keto regimen for a little bit and we're not supposed to have carbs. But we were going to see Bad Boys and there's carbs and popcorn.
Which I told him, I didn't tell him from the beginning. I kind of kept it because I was just like, he was going to be pissed because he didn't exactly want to do keto. I was just kind of like, hey, we're doing keto. And he was just like, okay. You doing keto? I'm like, well, since though I go to the store to go get the food and stuff and I cook, we're doing keto.
Yeah, see, when she said we doing keto, I thought maybe she had her M upside down on accident. Like I thought she meant like me doing keto.
So I was like, no, we doing it. So then, of course, I started cooking, and he was like, oh, I really like it. So I was like, cool. But I was like, we had already planned to go see Bad Boys. We were very excited. But I was like, maybe a week before, I was like, well, you do know we can't have popcorn. And he was just like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean we can't have popcorn? And I was like, well, it's carbs. We can't have it. And he was just like, I fucking hate keto now. It's stupid. Like, we not doing it.
I was like, I don't even want to see the movie no more.
Oh, he was pouting very bad, and I was just like, okay, so you just gonna take away the fact that you promised me that you're gonna take me to go see the movie.
Popcorn. If we're going to the movies, that is the experience. I need popcorn.
So he pouted for a while, and then he was just like, fine, we can go see it, and I won't have popcorn. And then probably like maybe 2 days before, he was just like, no, we really do need popcorn now. Like, we really do need it. And I'm like, here
trying
we go
to convince.
again. Exactly. I was like, you know what? Fine. You want to have popcorn? We'll have it. So I was like, but you gonna have popcorn by yourself. He was like, what? Okay, no, that doesn't count. He tried to bring me down with him.
So did you eat the popcorn too?
I had a couple. I did. So I was just like, fine, you can have it. I'll have some. I didn't have as much because when you don't have it for a long time and then you go to have it, your stomach tends to get messed up. So I'll just say that my stomach was like, you do know we haven't had this in about 3 weeks, right? So it was unpleasant.
It was ready to fight you.
It was. It was just like, okay, I see what you're trying to do to me. So, but no problem, babe. So your guys' turn. You're gonna leave with some love.
Okay. Let me go first, or you go first?
You can go first.
Okay. So I love the fact that you always, in the best way possible, in the best way that you know how, deal with how stubborn I am. Because I know I'm stubborn a lot. A lot. A whole lot. And he somehow finds a way within him to manage it, to keep it tamed and under control. So I love the way you manage that.
So it's like you're the fire and he kind of calms it down, calms the fire down.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I wouldn't say fire, but you know, I have my ways, and he deals with my ways more than he should probably have to.
I can dig it.
I know what you mean.
So
I appreciate you.
With you, I say I love the fact that you kind of grew me up. You know, I didn't have the best raising when I was growing up, and a lot of things stuck with me. A lot of stuff stuck, a lot of bad habits and things like that. And you kind of drove those out of me. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them, kind of drove those out of me, and you helped me to see things from an adult point of view rather than a kid's point of view like I used to, you know.
Okay.
So I love that.
That is wonderful. Good job, guys.
All right.
So before we fade out, plug yourselves. If you like to plug your social media, anything you want to promote right now.
So where can they find your music?
So everywhere, Spotify, iTunes.
Wish I had some bump.
Deezer, Tidal, everywhere.
Okay, and what's the name of, you have a stage name or the name of your project?
Yeah, Roc D, ROC space D, and then just look me up.
All right. Wonderful.
All right, well, on that note, for Roc and Sam, I am VA Verse. Across from me is my beautiful wife, smiling as usual, Z.
And you are listening to For Better or Worse. Thanks,
All right,
guys.
y'all. See y'all next week.